What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at my new chair. This is the AndaSeat Kaiser 4 gaming chair. I shopped around at quite a few different chairs, but ultimately I ended up with this one as it had all the features I wanted and at a good price as well. So stick around and I'll be going over everything about this chair and what I like and don't like about it as well. So taking a look at the chair itself, this is definitely a simple but nice looking chair. As you can see, it has that racing car seat look to it. The one I have here is in size XL in ash gray fabric, but this also comes in gray or black fabric. And then if you go with leather, there's also 10 other colors you can choose from as well. Personally, I've had a lot of leather chairs in the past, so I decided to go with something like this. And I'm happy I went with this as this fabric is very breathable and it feels a lot cooler compared to a leather or vinyl chair. So as far as assembly goes, this was definitely a very easy chair to assemble. From taking it out of the box, unwrapping everything, and having everything fully assembled, this was only about a 15 to 20 minute process. Basically, if you can read directions and work a screwdriver, then you can definitely assemble this chair as well. I'll be going over all of it shortly, but everything feels very solid, very firm. There's nothing loose or rickety or anything like that. And as I said earlier, this is the XL model, which is rated to hold a whopping 396 pounds. So taking a look at the chair up close, this is what it looks like. As you can see, very nice looking chair. It's not just a simple gray, but you can see it has this kind of linen texture to it. Makes it look a bit more premium compared to if it was just a solid gray. One thing I want to point out is, yes, some of these gaming chairs look alike, but they are definitely not made the same. Before this one, I bought a similar one that looked somewhat similar, but it was cheaper, and I definitely got what I paid for. That thing was as hard as a brick and not comfortable at all. I thought it would break in and get better, but even after about a month, it was still pretty horrible, so I shipped that back. Luckily, Amazon took it back, no problem. This one is a night and day difference. This thing is very comfortable. I work at the computer a lot. I've been using this for about 2-3 weeks now. Every time I'm on the computer, it could be somewhere from 3 to 6 hours editing videos or writing. And with this, I feel no discomfort at all. With all the adjustments, it works very well. Definitely a very good gaming chair. So once again, even though some of these chairs look alike, definitely do your research, as they might look the same on the outside, but they are definitely not made the same when it comes to all of their components. So here at the bottom and in the back, this is a high density foam, nice and comfortable. It is a little bit on the firm side, but it's a kind of a good firm. It's nice and supportive, doesn't hold shape. You sit on it, it sinks in a little bit, get up, it goes back to its regular shape. Definitely a very good material. I definitely could have got the regular size chair, but I wanted the extra room this one has, and so far I have not been disappointed at all with this chair. As people, we are all different shapes. We have different length arms, different length legs. We all sit differently. So that's why it's important to have a chair like this one that has a whole bunch of different adjustments, as that's going to help the chair conform to your shape rather than you sitting however you normally do and not having the chair support you. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into every adjustment that this chair has. So first off, and one of my favorite features about this chair is all of the lumbar adjustments that it has. I'm someone with a bad back, so when I'm sitting on a sofa, I sit with a blanket pressed on my back or a cushion. With this, I don't need any of that, as I'm able to tune it and get it exactly to the pressure that I want. So the lumbar on this chair has 8 different adjustments, so you can tune it exactly how you want it for your back and how you're used to sitting. So first off, you have this dial right over here, and this moves a lumbar adjustment 30 millimeters in and out. You can't see it on camera very well, but it's right here. So let me see if I could get it to show a little. All right, you can see it kind of bulging out now. Let me try to put it at the max so it'll stick out more. All right, so now you can see it flat, and right here, this is the lumbar adjustment. You got this lump sticking out now, and that's gonna press nice and firmly on your back. So you can turn that in or out to get it to the right size you want. And then flipping the chair around, this has an adjustment of 76 millimeters up and down. So that same lump pushing out, you can move that 76 millimeters up or down. So you just turn that here. And as you can see, it's moving down. Turn it again. It's gonna move it up. So depending on your height and your spine, you can get that to the right shape you want. And coming right down here at the bottom of the chair, you have this lever, and that's the other adjustment, which is this tongue looking thing here. Push on that and that whole thing pops out. And this has 3 different settings. You can set it at 3 degrees, which is on the most inner setting. You have 10 degrees, 17 degrees, then all the way out, that's 24 degrees. So once you're sitting on the chair, you just pop this out, get it where you want it, lock this lever in, and then that will stay where you have it set at. So right now, I have it set at the outest position, and as you can see, it's locked in there and not gonna go back in. Personally, I don't like having this sticking out all the way. Majority of the time, depending on how I'm sitting, I'll have it at either the first or second option, and then I'll put this probably somewhere near the furthest option. Next, this chair has 5D armrest adjustments. So basically there's 5 different adjustments you can do on this chair. First off, you have this little trigger right here at the bottom, and you just push that to move the armrest up and down. Then you have inward and outward. So right now I have it straight. You can do it 1 click in, a second click in, and then you can also go 1 click out like that. You have in and out, or closer or further from your seating position. You have forward and back. And last but not least, right here on the side, you have this button. And you can also tilt up the armrest like that, which is very cool and handy to use. So when I first saw this adjustment on a chair, I wasn't sure what it was for, but this is definitely one of my favorite features when it comes to the armrest. Because as you all know, we don't just sit in our chairs and use the computer. A lot of times we'll take a break and use our phone or a device. And normally without armrest like this, your arm will be up like this with no support below it. So as you're relaxing, your arms aren't really relaxed. But with this chair, you can lean back, put your armrest up like that, turn it inward, and use your phone here in the middle or your Steam Deck. As you can see, you now have support for your arm so it can relax. So definitely a very cool feature, and also one of my favorite features on this chair. Next, this chair can recline from 90 degrees at the highest position or 135 degrees at the lowest position. So right now I have it at 90 degrees. As you can see, it's pretty upright and actually going a little bit forward. That doesn't look comfortable, so I'm not sure why you would want to sit like that, but if you wanted to, I guess you can. And one thing I really like about the reclining on this chair is you don't have to fumble with anything below the chair trying to figure out where it is. Instead, you just have this car handbrake style handle and just pull on that while you're sitting, and it makes it very easy to recline the chair. So once again, this is what it looks like at 90 degrees. And this is what it looks like at the fully reclined 135 degrees. So like I said, while you're working, you go ahead and flip up the armrest like that and go ahead and take a break and use your phone and still be completely comfortable. And then as you can see right up here, another thing that's gonna help you stay comfortable while you're sitting is this magnetic pillow. I've used another chair that had a strap on this, and that's just not very good to use. You put the strap up here, eventually it starts sliding down and it just doesn't stay where you want it. But this has a magnet on back, so you slap that on there and it's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna stay exactly where you put it. So what I like about this as well is, even though this is a large chair, when I sit in this chair, my head probably comes up to about here somewhere, as this chair was designed to be for a tall person as well. But there's a lot of range on this pillow here. So at the lowest position, it's right there. So again, you could be pretty short and it's still gonna support your neck or your head pretty well. And then at the highest position, it goes all the way up here, which is actually passing the top of the chair a little bit. So lots of range there on where you can place this headrest. So right about here, all the way up to here. So again, we're all shaped differently, but with this chair, it lets you use the pillow exactly where you need to use it. And this is a memory foam pillow that has like this microfiber kind of suede material on the outside. Overall, definitely a very comfortable pillow as well. And last but not least, here at the bottom of the chair, you have a few adjustments. So right over here, you have this little lever. Well, it's not very little. It's kind of big, very easy to find. So right now I have it at the lowest position. Just hold on to that. And that'll put the chair at the highest position. Right back here, you have your rocking lock or unlock. So if you have it unlocked, this chair can rock back up to 15 degrees. And then right down here, you have your tension dial on how much tension or how loose you want it to be when you rock the chair. Totally forgot to mention it earlier, but the legs on this chair are metal, which is good to see. So many of these chairs give you plastic ones, which doesn't give me much confidence in the overall chair construction, especially since this is the most important part of the chair. But once again, full metal construction on that. Casters also feel nice and sturdy. and they even have this cool little car rim design as well. Overall, this is definitely a great chair. It feels well made, it has a ton of adjustability, and most importantly, it's also very comfortable as well. So overall, if you happen to be shopping for an office or gaming chair, I would highly recommend this one here, which again is the AndaSeat Kaiser 4. All right, well, that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.